In a world where gaming is everything, welcome to the Extreme Gaming Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the Extreme Gaming Podcast, episode 284. We totally never had any technical issues whatsoever. We're that good, so we'll just breeze on as if nothing ever happened. Grey Gamer 25. My name is Trev, as always, and spoiler alert, I'm also joined by...
Grey Gamer 25, he just mentioned my name.
No, it's Godlike 25 now, is it not? Which we'll get to, I'm sure, at some point. Yeah.
It is very nice. We can talk about that later, but yeah.
I am not referring to him as godlike.
No, he's not. No, he's great like. No. And also we've got Gobshite. We've got a certain Master 3000 on the show.
Hello, I'm Matt, also known as Irish Guardian on pretty much anything and everything, depending on what you want. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And hi everyone, I am Tal from gamertech.org, home of the most affordable PCs in the UK. Thanks for having me, guys.
Has no one else bought a PC off you since that one or two people, Tarl?
You're grey.
Not from the pod as far as I know, or pod listeners, but that's okay. I'm not here to sell PCs, I'm here to talk about tech and games and have some fun. So.
I could have made fun out of that, but it's just an obvious joke and I won't bother. Of course you're not. You're here for excellent personalities, top quality banter, and dad jokes.
You said them, I'll fix them, and them two can just look at them.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you want a godlike build like mine, just give Tarl a call.
Yeah, and you won't have technical issues because Tarl knows what he's doing, so he would actually send it back to you working. Because I'd imagine he installs Windows and tests it, and then sends it back to you. Yeah,
insert 18 movie theme now.
He's down there.
I've been on for a few minutes now. I haven't crashed yet.
See if he does this, please. I forgot about that. See if he crashes today. I'm going to...
that'd be hilarious. After buying all that.
Matt, is it possible to spontaneously lull yourself apart? I think that's what might happen.
Yeah. It'd be like a self-making black hole or something.
If it were to crash again, then we know it's the ISP or the whatever.
It's a shame it didn't happen.
I can actually turn to my right and look right through my glass on my case and see the temperature, and it is so much lower than the old chip.
Does it have a sign in there that's saying gullible?
What's the temperature then?
Right now it's 56.
142.
56! Do you know how hot that is, Greg? Because you don't really do the normal counting over there, do you? So, do you want me to convert?
What was that? Sorry?
You don't understand 56 though.
Yeah.
Unless you've got it in Fahrenheit, which I doubt you do.
No, it's Celsius. I know what that is.
He does. There you go. Well, see,
I'm not going to switch it to Fahrenheit. Everybody knows Celsius for computers.
Yeah, this is the thing. Listen, if you're in America and you're into computers, you're sorted. You know both systems. Anyway, we've waffled too much already. All the socials, please. Extreme Gaming Podcast and Twitter, X Twitter, Extreme Podcast. discord.gg/Extreme Gaming Podcast, or just search for us and come to our Discord and give us abuse. We like that. We actually welcome abuse on the Discord.
With pictures.
Friendly abuse. Submit any gaming or PC tech questions, because most of us here know about hardware. But Tal runs a business that literally builds computers. Matt and I work in IT support, and Greg gets his PCs built by other people because he's a shite bag.
I pick all the parts.
And then blows them up.
He picks all the parts. That is it.
Yeah.
This is the picking on Grey episode, and I'm all for it.
Only one of us is godlike, though.
I'm kind of doing it on purpose. I'm trying to make him laugh more than usual, and he knows why. The EGP quick breaks, which I'm going to watch Gray do a bit of editing this week, because I'm going to get a similar rig to his, and I am going to be watching the master at work to see how he does his thing, so I become an editing genius myself. They're on the YouTubes towards the end of the week, usually. And Mr. Tarl said his plug there, gamertech.org, for customised PCs in the UK. Whatever you want, I guess, within reason. He could build it for you at a good price and send it on to you. And if you want to join us for gaming nights to give us more abuse, because we're not very good at games, we just try and pretend we are.
Wait a minute.
No, you're not. It's called.
You need the game. Shut it.
It's exactly.
Jibba jabba, crazy fool.
It's called just you're pandering to the audience, great, right, and letting them think that we're just schmucks, which we are, so
Look,
come and
we
play
have-
with us. Yeah, half 8 on Tuesdays, BST, we play games. And Matt, what we're playing tonight, is it Destiny? Because we get no Grey Gamer.
Can we not do? Oh,
No Grey Gamer.
No Grey Gamer.
Have you finished?
yeah,
Have you finished the story? Have you finished the story?
I'm on the last bit of the witch's testicles.
Oh, I missed that DLC.
Yeah, the witch's bitches.
Sounds
Which is-
riveting.
Yeah.
I can help you if you want,
don't-
or we can play something else. I don't know.
Is that the same Cold as the Witches? Yeah, never mind.
I don't
Yeah.
want to play. I don't want to play the precinct. It sounds shite. Sorry, Matt.
That's only single player, anyways.
Oh, okay. That's some
So, yeah. I mean, we could do the fire engine thing, but that might be a bit.
I'm
yeah.
not falling for that one again. Nope, not doing it. No.
Close your eyes. Here's my hose. Get ready for the pressure.
Right. Right. Great.
No bridge crew, then.
He is. I think he's semi-butchered the notes. So you've added a bunch of stuff at the top, Gray.
And on the bottom.
You haven't put a name to any of it. Usually we have our own
It
section.
has. It
So
says
I'm
everyone.
What are you talking about?
I'm
Every one of those
confused.
is a YouTube link that shows all the games.
Should we color it in so
and
you
then
actually
at
can
the
see it?
bottom,
Because you know what Scottish people
I
are like.
listed every game that came out with the exception of maybe a few.
So should we
At
just
the
read it
bottom.
all in unison, all together? That'd be really
Yeah,
helpful.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
We could be like the Borg.
So
We are
Gray,
the Borg.
explain these links to
Gaming
me.
is futile.
Every one of them is a YouTube, but it's condensed. So in other words, instead of having to sit through a 2-hour Xbox showcase, you can get it all in 16 minutes. Those are just the trailers and stuff.
Still
All
longer
right,
than any
great.
of us put
You-
together.
I actually sat through both of these things, the Summer
So
Game
did I.
Fest and Xbox Game Showcase.
And I sat through the Sony one as well. So there's actually 3 gaming festivals all within a week. Gray,
Yeah,
kick
lot.
it off then,
Don't
mate.
know.
Make some sense of this madness, because I have my own stuff further down that I want to talk about.
You introduce it, we'll just blab it.
As in general, and you guys can chime in at any time, especially if you've seen a lot of
I'm
this
going for
stuff.
a snooze, mate. You crack on.
Yeah. Should we go out for a drink? We'll leave him to it.
I watched Xbox Showcase. I watched Summer Game Fest. I felt that the Xbox Game Showcase was really good, and they were really good last year too. This year's Summer Game Fest was it wasn't
Hit
that
and
great.
miss. Very
Yeah,
much
there
a
was,
miss
there was a
rather
couple
than a
things that
hit.
were good, and
Yeah.
the rest of it were just kind of like whatever. I was talking to Matt a little bit before we started, and the thing I think that I noticed right away was a lot of the games, and this is a AAA game company's fault, I guess, or whatever, but a lot of the games are all like Dark Souls games. And I'm like, so they started playing these trailers, but they had like 3 trailers in a row of 3 different games. And I swear to you, I thought it was all the same game.
Yeah.
Because
same.
every one of them was a Souls-like game from one to the next to the next. And I'm like, really?
They all
and
kind
I'm
of
sitting-
seem to merge, didn't they?
Well, Matt, you've got down here the Summer Game Fest as well. That was your thing before Gray
Yeah.
kind of hijacked it above.
That's what I said.
I know, Matt, go for it, man. You take the limelight. Go for it.
No,
Everybody
no,
just
no.
chime in. If you've seen this stuff, just start talking. Go ahead,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah. So yeah, as Gray was saying, I totally agree with him on this bit. There was a lot of Dark Souls-y style-esque games, and after watching quite a few of them, they all seem to kind of merge together, the same rigmarole, but with a different paint job, pretty much for the character. Where I, just like yourself, thought it was the exact same game until it came to the end, and it would go to the next one, and it was absolutely messy. I was just like, nah, I'm not interested in any of these. It was more like a Dark Souls-esque game show at the end of those ones, so I was just like, nah, I'm not interested.
Is that what all the kids are playing now then? Is that why there's so many of them?
So.
So
Yeah.
it's a big end thing. Great, Matt. I gave you a link there for your point to help guide you, mate. If it helps at all the stuff they announced.
Matt, and maybe everybody, scroll to the bottom, and you're going to see Summer Game Fest, and every game is written there. If you can remember some of the trailers that you watch, you can comment on any of those things.
We're not going to put trailers up though. are we?
Fortnite is. We saw a bit. What's the Death Star
Death Star
was
sabotage.
already, wasn't it? They did the Star Wars thing. I think they're still ongoing.
Ooh.
I missed that one. Who had it? Rob's cousin was playing it. He said it was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And they're doing
the
it.
trailer wasn't very long, but it looked good.
It was good. It looked really good. I wanted to jump in there, but I was too late.
Yeah.
They have the Superman one coming out as well. It's out now, but you can't play as Superman or with his skins. But you can actually join in there. I can't remember the date of where he is playable. But that was quite interesting to see. It's the new character of Superman. I suppose they're trying to sell him off as well as possible. Kryptonite's on there.
Going on everywhere.
Yeah. Crypto is there as a weapon, which is quite interesting. Yeah. You get like this doggy bone that is technically like a grenade. So you throw it on the ground, and if there's enemies nearby, Crypto will come and smash them all pretty much to pieces. Which is quite hilarious.
I missed this, by the way, boys. I did not see this.
That's shocking.
Do you know why? Because I didn't watch it live. I watched the condensed, highlights. Like match of the day highlights type idea. Yeah. I watched that after to get rid of all the shite.
Yeah, well, true.
The highlights one actually did go over all these games for the most part. Death Stranding 2, which I think we talked about a little bit last time.
Yeah, we did.
Here's the thing, and if you didn't see it, I'll explain a little bit. So Hideo, however you pronounce his Kojima. He comes out and they show a trailer, right? And so I'm expecting like, all right, we're gonna see a trailer with different parts of the game and different things and stuff to get the overall feel of what it is. No, it's a clip of a girl in an office, and a guy walks up to the office, and then they look at each other, and then she says sit down, and then they say something else, and then they she knew him or didn't know him or something, and she slaps him, and that was the whole trailer.
Sounds like an episode of bloody EastEnders. Never mind a video game. That's a soap in the UK, by the way.
It was the most boring trailer they could show from that game that you could find. And Hideo's out there going like, "Well, the game is okay."
Listen,
there's a game in the list that takes my interest, and I'm not sure if you guys know about it, but it's Chrono Odyssey. Does anyone know about this? Is it a sequel to Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross? Or
Chrono Odyssey? The trailer looked pretty good. I was like impressed what I saw. I mean, I hope it's as good as what I saw. But yeah, definitely.
I mean, Chrono Trigger's like probably the best game ever made? So
which one?
If this is in like, I don't know if this is a sequel.
Can you turn your volume up a little bit because I can't hear you as well.
Me?
Everybody else is loud, but oops.
How about now?
There you go. Is that the Chrono Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything about it. I just saw the name in the list, and I thought, well, that's a
trailer,
Chrono Trigger.
That's the trailer. So for those listening, we're just playing it in the background to give the guys a context.
I thought it looked interesting. I really want to see what this is going to be about. It looked different, at least somewhat different anyway. I mean, if you could say it's Souls-like, but it's not really.
Doesn't it just look like a Dark Souls game, though?
Right. Well, we're saying before, but everybody seems to be taking on this style, or whatever.
Are we trying to say this whole kind of more than half of the showcase was, when they talk about the next announcement? So next world premiere announcement, Dark Souls, and then after that, Dark Souls, and then Dark Souls-like, and
Seems that way.
God, why?
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. To be honest, most of the Summer Game Fest was like that. Unfortunately, there was a few things that were cool. There was a game. I'm going through the list a little bit here, but
are you the same link as me, Gray, the Eurogamer one? That I put in Matt's link. Matt's point has got a link embedded into it, and it's in Eurogamer.net, and it's just in a nice. I don't know. Is it chronological order? No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a game. Well, first of all, if you like Sonic, there's a new Sonic racing game coming out called Cross Worlds. And actually it looked pretty good. And there's going to be different characters in the game, and so forth. So if you really like Sonic, this is one of the newer games of Sonic that looks pretty good, especially a racing game if you like that kind of stuff.
You're not telling us every game that was announced, because we would be here for.
No, not every game. I'm just throwing over a few that I thought were at least different or something weird or whatever.
There's something different about a new Sonic
that
game.
You'd love.
Oh,
what was that, Matt?
I'll mention 3 that you'll definitely like.
Okay.
Resident Evil 9. Requiem.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I like that.
That was a good one. Look at it. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet.
Of the whole Summer Game Fest, really. They put it at the end.
Yeah.
As they should.
Yep.
What other games stood out or use?
It did look good. The graphics on it looked good. I like some of the effects that they had of like monsters coming down through the roof, like looked like a snake or something, and then it turned into something else or whatever. It was pretty cool.
Bit more intense action with better gripping narrative. It was not too bad, but it's out for next year, February, I think. Was it February 2026?
Yeah, I forget. Or just said 26? Yeah, something like that. It is next year, I believe you're right.
Other big contenders, Game of Thrones, War for Westeros, which almost looked like a movie. I was like, whoa, are they bringing this back? Because it looked so good graphically.
Well, the difference in this one from I thought was kind of interesting.
Real-time strategy.
That one is going to be a little different because Jon Snow in the Game of Thrones, I'm not giving anything away, died, right? And then he came back to life. And then he came back to life.
Oh my god, I'm only on season 2.
In this game, you have a choice of whether you want him to come back to life as a good person, if you want to call it that, or as a
see you next Tuesday
walker, a White Walker. I thought that was cool. So all of a sudden, you see in the trailer here where he dies and then he comes back as a White Walker. I'm going like, what? Whoa!
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's kind of like an alternate reality thing. I guess see there it is in the trailer. You see him with the blue eyes, and all of a sudden, oh boy! So I'm curious because I like Game of Thrones a lot, but I'm curious to see what that's all about and whether it's going to be good. Now, some people are going like, "Oh, you can't do that, Jon Snow. He can't be a White Walker."
It's a video game. It's not real.
Exactly. It doesn't have to go according to the series entirely.
We also had Atomic Heart 2, so I didn't play the first one. I believe you did, Matt.
I played very little of it. It didn't really interest me at the time.
Yeah.
It was a great concept, I thought.
It was a good concept, but it just wasn't my cup of tea at the time of its release.
When Atomic Heart came out and Matt just kind of pegged it, it didn't get the greatest reviews, and not everybody thought it was a great game, and yet they're doing a second one, and I'm going like, why?
Yeah. The second one looks a little bit more interesting. It looks a bit more expensive, but yeah,
Oh, who's that chick? Is that like the Golden Surfer or the Iron Man Surfer? Is this like a Fantastic Four crossover?
Twins. There's some twins right there.
Oh wow! Yeah. What the hell? Batshit crazy is that? What is this? Did he drink that? Did he eat it?
Yeah, you drink it.
I guess for those that like the game, having the second one, I suppose you're going to be, have fun. I will say what you might want to pick on next. Is the cube. The cube definitely looked different. I thought this was kind of interesting because the basis of the cube is that you exist on a planet. I don't know if you want to call it that. That's a square. But here's the thing.
It's Bizarro World, Gray, from Superman season 2 or 3.
But the 3 pieces continue to rotate. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. So as it's rotating, you have to sit there and work with it and try to get around it while it's moving.
Oh, that is cool.
Ooh,
so I thought that was kind of neat. I'm going like, oh, that's different. That's definitely different.
It's terrible if your bathroom's on the other side of that one.
Yeah, I like what I saw though. So I'm like, this is at least different. At least it's a little more wild. Different.
Yeah.
So that might be one worth messing with.
What kind of game is it? Is it it's a shooter, adventure shooter?
I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, it's a. I don't know. I see it different elements.
Oh, there's my granny. There's my granny. Look, there she is. In fact, no, it's Lizzie. It's Lizzie. It's a pissed off Queen Elizabeth II.
It is. She's coming back to haunt you.
Oh, that stick's going somewhere, boys. You don't want to know about.
Yeah, Charles already knows.
Yeah, so there's an outfit for you right there. That was a quick one, but hey. But yeah, it looks different. I like the idea of all these things, rotating.
If you ever watch Superman and Lois, it's season 2, Bizarro World, which then merged with the normal Earth, and they joined together, and Superman was able to separate with his sheer brute strength, but not actually destroy the planet he was on. Doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to, but it was cool. That's a big one. This is a big one. Marvel Comic Invasion. Even though it's not my cup of tea, people love fighting games.
Mine either. At least they showed. Well, I don't know. I wasn't overly thrilled with it. It just looked too cartoonish and whatever
it is.
For me.
Yeah, literally is a video game cartoon essentially.
Yeah,
but, I mean, people love that.
And then it gets into what it really is, which is a low res game. Throwback retro.
That looks like a Streets of Rage Golden Axe type game.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, so for people that like this kind of retro stuff, I mean, it obviously would be fun for them. For me, it's not my cup of tea either. So
I tell you right now, that She-Hulk would have been a lot cheaper to make than bloody the Marvel one, the live action CGI thing, man. She was a fortune. How do you pronounce that?
The one below that is the felt mat boxing.
Yeah, that one. That was awesome.
That was pretty cool.
This is what happens end of Sesame Street when you're
boys, calm down. I know you get all excited one at a time. This one here, that one here is a big deal. It's not my cup of tea. I didn't know how you pronounce that. Something in Japanese, way of the sword. Thank you, Matt. I never knew you were a brother from another mother. That looked phenomenal. One of these kind of Futo, I would just say ancient, but Gray's poshing says Feudal Japan, so really old Japan back in the day of cutting about with swords and like chibbing people. So it sounds good. But yes, this did look batshit crazy. It's the Muppets. It is bloody Sesame Street meets the Muppets.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely the Muppets on drugs because that's the only way you can explain it.
It is, yeah.
And some of these characters look a lot like the Muppet characters. I mean, come on, they're definitely a bit of a ripoff, but on purpose.
It's literally called Felt That. As an ouch.
Felt that,
I think it's gonna be a hilarious game.
And I'm sitting there looking at this trying to figure like, what is this thing? And then all of a sudden they start boxing, and I'm going like, puppets boxing? And apparently you get to be the puppet in the game and to do this. I'm thinking, okay, that's something different. I like that.
It'd be much better if it was in VR. I'm sorry, boys. That should be a VR game. I mean, what the hell is
Maybe it will be eventually.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe a couple of mods down the road or...
Some of this looks as crazy as a Muppet movie would be, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this is all about. It does look it really looks good. It's different and it's funny, so that might be worth it.
Arc Raiders looked pretty interesting as well.
That was a very good old shooter, but a lot of people were looking forward to this.
Trying to speed it up to actually see something. See, that's not gameplay. I'm not interested. That's not gameplay at all. Now, this one here, I want to spend a moment or two talking about.
That's going on right now.
I'm interested in it because it basically normal peasant edition of the game came out today. If I didn't have 10 million games already to play, I'd be all over this.
By the way,
I removed it from my wish list.
Yeah, I've got a feeling about this one. I think this one's going to be like a bit of a fanfare when it launches, but I think it's going to flop hard after a short amount of time.
It will die quickly, won't it?
So let me tell you a little something because I checked into this before. They've done the live premiere thing, and now it's 5 days in. People are still playing it. And the reviews on Steam have totally turned 180, and now it's in the very positive. So don't know whether... They tweaked whatever they had to tweak, and it's not much better now, but it's getting really good reviews. So, I don't know.
It looks to me like it doesn't have a lot of longevity in it. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a case of, the first 10 hours, pretty good reviews. But after that...
I played the test of it, and I think it kicked me out a few times where you had to start again from the beginning of what I was doing, and I just got fed up of it.
It looks like one of those... we played before, Matt. Conan, yeah.
It's made by the same people. Yeah, it's made by the same people. It's still got the same climbing techniques.
Funcom, right?
Yeah. It was okay. I mean, the graphics kind of do look kind of the same-ish, to be honest with you there. I don't know whether it's just because it was an open beta that I was testing that it just looked that way. But yeah, very Conan-esque.
I was really hyped about it because I love Dune. I love all the books. The films are great. But the more I saw about the game, the less interested I was, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, didn't they say it was meant to be a full MMO at first, right? But then it was like, oh, no, actually, we're kind of making it a survival game. And now, like, is it really been confirmed or I'm not sure?
Not confirmed.
Don't know.
But yeah, it's very much more a survival game than it is an MMO.
Right, okay.
For that, I mean, it's got a good storyline at the beginning when I started doing the playtest. It was quite interesting to do that.
This one here, boys, I wouldn't get myself. Nothing against Lego games, but this one seemed really cool.
I like this. This is definitely different.
Lego Voyagers, you basically work as it's a co-op kind of thing, and you are two individual Lego blocks, or as the Americans seem to say, Legos. It's Lego bricks
this
or blocks.
Looks
people,
great, dude.
You're not
it's
exactly
like Lego Worlds because they
good.
had the same on there where you have to where you're a singular person, where you have to do the puzzles to move across, build things to get to
so
another
cool.
area.
It
Where
does
there's
look
kind of game
it's
you'd-
quite fun. Yeah.
Invite your bro over, have a few drinks, have a few laughs. It looks fun.
Yeah,
It does look very good, and it forces you to have to figure out how to build things by rolling around or whatever, because a lot of it's
That's
based
how
on
I
what
do
you
it.
do.
Look at that. Elon's getting it all wrong. You need to make your rockets out of Lego. Right?
Yeah,
that's
roll around
that's why
rocket
they keep
pieces.
blowing up Elon, because you're not using Lego, right? This is
Fair.
Anyway.
It's fair.
Or Trump is
They're gonna
putting
do
things
it.
in there, the wrong
So that
pieces.
I don't normally go out and get Lego games, but I might pick up this one only because it definitely is different.
It's going to be full price though, mate. That'll be at least a £60 game. That's the problem I have with that, and I'm not paying that.
Yeah, that's not much for that kind of game.
Anyway, so much to do. So the next one I won't get because I'm not really into anything Mafia, but I know it's really popular, so I can respect it for what it is, and that's Mafia,
I love the
the
Mafia,
Old
except
Country.
for the third one. So this is going to be quite interesting what they do with this one.
It's a cinematic story shooter type game. You know, it's mostly built around the story aspect of it.
Yeah.
Looks like 50s, kind of maybe 1950s esque.
No, it's actually
the
back in the
1900s.
early 1900s.
Yeah.
Oh, even older than that. There you go. Well, there you go.
The thing about this, though, is that the Old Country focuses on the Sicilian mafia and the Sicilian Wars in the mafia, and those were extremely violent back then.
Which mafia are you part of, Greg? Because you're part Italian. So was your family dirty gangsters?
Not from Sicily, but from what I was told, I had one or two that were involved in some things.
I knew it.
These are like the distant uncles or whatever.
Yeah, we know you're a criminal, mate. We know where you get some of your video games, and that's all. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, yeah,
We know where you got your graphics card from.
That's right.
Don't disappoint the family and get another
That's
one.
pretty good, man. But you get what you need. You get that lisp out your mouth, though. You're struggling.
Talk about the family in that way.
There's two pairs of socks in my mouth. And they're all from Primark, okay? Don't ever take a piss at the family. You'll be sleeping with the fishes if you don't go to the mattresses.
Great, you're decent. You're a 6 out of 10. Matt's at 8 or 9 out of 10. Sorry, that was pretty phenomenal, man. That was pretty phenomenal. Right.
Wait. Tarl, I want to see Tarl do it. Go ahead, Tarl. Try it.
No.
Feel the power.
Tara and I have more sense. We're not making mugs of ourselves. I've seen if there's anything else that sticks out. Stop me.
Code Vein 2.
There's a lot of shit. Jurassic World Evolution 3. I don't see how you can make 3 versions of the same game because you can change very little.
Military is the same.
It's basically theme park world or roller coaster tycoon, but with dinosaurs. Essentially, build your own
By the way, there's 2 games again that are Souls-like, and you don't have to show them, but one of them was called Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, and the very next one was called Wu Tang Rise of the Deceiver.
Wu Tang's back, baby.
Wu Chang. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
This is one you'd love.
I forgot about that.
VR.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's not voiced by what's his name, Reynolds.
No, it's not voiced by Reynolds. It's not voiced by Reynolds.
I might have to get that. I missed this. See, they missed this out of the highlights.
Yeah. See, great. If you actually got your thing out of the box, you can play this.
It's voiced by the Doogie Howser guy. I forgot his name.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah. Neil Patrick Harris does the voice of Deadpool.
Oh, he was in Doctor Who as a bad guy. Very good one,
He does a pretty good job from what I saw in this trailer, but this looks pretty cool. VR. I gotta pop my helmet on for this one.
What was that game with the kind of running on the walls? It looks a bit like that.
Yeah.
And obviously...
The parkour game.
Yeah.
This is going to be an automated game for sure. It's going to be highly violent. It's going to be lots of explicatives going everywhere.
Do you expect anything different, mate? I missed this, man. How did I miss this?
They've actually got, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles out on VR as well.
If this is a reasonable price, I'd pick it up because VR games are reasonably priced, which is good. So, right, okay. Anyway. Dying Light the Beast. I don't know if this is a separate game or it's DLC because how have they made a brand new whole Dying Light game again? Like the last one I felt was only out 2 or 3 years ago. Unless they're recycling a lot of assets.
I never even heard of this one coming out. It came out of the blue. I'm like, what?
I like the concept of this because I do have the first two games, but I've only played a bit of each of them. And I do love zombie games. I do love open world games. This is my wheelhouse. But
love a zombie game.
Yeah, Techland done such a good job. They're a Eastern European dev company, I want to say.
This looks good. Moody and dark.
Yeah, I think they're using the same assets again. There's no way you get a game out that quick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad thing. You can recycle things, just don't copy and paste. You know?
Maybe.
yeah, they might have.
Or something like that.
But yeah, I mean, hey, Dying Light games do well. If you see anything else again, stop me. There's so many games and so many world premieres as well. Scott Pilgrim has got a loyal cult following. Not my cup of tea, but Scott Pilgrim EX coming out as well. Pilgrim. Acts of Blood looked really cool. Actually, I'll be honest with you, if this is your cup of tea in terms of the fighting genre, it's kind of like Streets of Rage, but like not in shit 8-bit graphics or 16-bit graphics.
Yeah, this one actually looked good because it looked a little more realistic.
Street Fighter meets Streets of Rage, yeah.
Yeah, but I think the physics in this game is definitely much better than I've seen.
What is the cult movie, boys? Where it's a South Korean movie where he goes up a block from the bottom to the top, taking people out. Tower, that's it. Yes, looks like that, like game wise.
Looks a bit like Old Boy as well.
Yeah.
That's enough talking about your genitalia, mate. Let's move it on.
Make sure you check out Into the Unwell. That looked pretty different too. I really liked the trailer on that one. When I saw it, I thought it was.
Scum had a good update.
Scum 1.0. Is that finally came out? Oh my lord! I missed that.
What the hell is Scum?
There you go. It looks like it's had quite a good beef up.
We'll have to get back into that one maybe. Now that it's 1.0.
It's basically it's like DayZ meets bloody Destiny meets. It's a survival shooting type of game, isn't it? And there's so many of them. But it was
as a game show style prison island.
I remember playing this, man, with you guys back in the day, and I remember.
I still play it now and then. Yeah.
One of the first things you could do is you're basically an escaped convict, or you're a convict out of the jail, and you can, when you go for a shit, because you need to pee and poo, you know, because it's realistic.
Did you just see
that? You literally shit out a golden. Oh wait a minute! You actually shit out a golden desert eagle.
Yeah, sometimes you poop out different things. You can either shit out gun, a pineapple.
Look at that.
I tried that myself one day.
What a screenshot.
Yeah.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
We're kicked off YouTube now, boys.
This looks fun. I could play this.
Yeah. It's quite interesting because you're on this island for people's entertainment. So they have like drones that will film you. Sometimes they'll come up to you. Sometimes they won't. We had a server,
so we were able to kind of mess with it.
Yeah.
We get this really cheap because we all got this in early access. See, this is why we all love, first and foremost, PC gaming here, people. And I know there's people that will tune in for console stuff. I cover the Switch stuff, the Sony stuff. But my PC and all the boys here, their first love is PC gaming because we get this early access. We get games way cheaper. We get a lot more of them because it's easier and cheaper to release a game out in PC. So if you've been thinking about it, I always say get a PC if you can afford it over a games console. So there you go.
So the next one is what Gray was talking about.
This one here.
Yeah, where this guy got the mind's eye.
Right, so this
I was in two minds about this one,
this one here, this game here, is made by Builder Rocket Boy, who the headquarters are in my home, well, not home city, the city I live in, Edinburgh. My claim to fame is I dated one of the lassies that actually done the level design in this back in the very, very start, the art design. See,
the way she keeps slapping people on the...
Well, she couldn't say anything, NDA. I was like, I'll go on and give me a little tease. Like, I just see little bits of pictures and stuff in some of the levels in terms of she draws it, someone goes in and digitizes it and takes it into the game. And they spent years making this, and then this has got a whole thing behind it. The CEO and one of the other guys leaves a week before the game comes out. It's not getting any codes given out to journalists to review beforehand. It's supposed to have a hell of a lot of bugs, and you're going to have a large day one patch. It's a kind of shooting game. It's kind of...
Is it still on PlayStation?
I will tell you in a second if there's
PlayStation
actually
5.
gameplay. So there's no gameplay.
There's a little bit of it, yeah.
So it's it's a bit like GTA a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Meets The Division.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
I think this is going to flop.
So I pass.
Is it? Let me see. What did it say?
Yeah, because the trailers you're looking at are mixed. I noticed now.
I'm surprised by that. Why would you not build it?
Like you didn't even hit Into the Unwell, and that was good. And Splitgate too,
that's
but
out
maybe
today.
it's coming up.
Mate, we can't look at every single game. If there's a game you really want, just like, say, this game, Trev, and I'll find
One for Grey is Hitman. Yeah, it's got what's his name in it? Le Chiffre from Casino Royale.
Yeah. It's one level though, or one scene. It's not the whole game.
Yeah, it's not the whole thing. No, it's just one area bit. Yeah,
interesting. Yeah,
in a casino.
Yeah, that was the trailer for it. The Hitman co-op, Lego Party, Wildgate. You said about that as well, Gray.
No, Splitgate too is one I was talking about.
Okay. I heard Gate, and you know.
Yeah,
that's here, by the way.
Thriller.
I've seen the trailer, and it looks kind of good. It's really weird, but it looks good.
How is this allowed to be showed on YouTube? This is gory, man.
It is.
This is bloody
creepy.
Gory.
Yeah.
I mean, look! I swear to God, like some of my ex-girlfriends are in here. There's some absolutely growlers in this, man. Jesus Christ, there she is.
Coming out of the walls.
Yeah, there's Matt. There's Matt after he's been out the sauce. There it is. That's great game out. That's great game out.
It looks different though. I like it. The graphics are good. It's a little bit different.
It's like Resident Evil, but scarier. It's like Resident Evil versus Silent Hill or something crossover. Wow.
It's like they said in the South Park movie, guys. Horrific and deplorable violence is fine as long as there's no swearing or sex.
Look at this.
What you do afterwards is none of our business.
It's your business, exactly. This looked bonkers, man. This would be great fun if it's reasonably priced, but
I wonder if it's going to be co-op. If it's co-op, that'd be fun too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Don't show that. I don't know. Is it on all platforms? That's the thing. Oh, literally, you were kicking babies away, man. Kick the baby! Don't kick the baby!
Kick the
baby!
If this site has all the trailers, just keep scrolling. We're bound to hit the ones we were talking about.
Yeah, we will. Well, Street Fighter 6. This was weird, man. Dressing up as different characters. I don't like fighting games, but I love the lore behind Street Fighter, like the movies and all that stuff. Last Flag. Wu-Chan, Fallen Feathers.
I was talking about before. Another Souls, like,
Wu-Tang, Rise of the Receiver. If there's anyone you want me to play, I can do. Into Unwell. There's a split.
There you go. Into the Unwell. Play that one. That one's bonkers. I like what I saw on that one. I might want to mess with it. It looked definitely different and odd.
I'm trying to speed it up to actually see something.
Yeah, it's almost like taking the old animated cartoons and making them really, really nuts.
This reminds me of it. The old Microsoft games, Day of the Tentacle.
Yeah. I was just thinking Day of the Tentacle. Exactly.
That was one of my first PC games, mate.
Yeah, me too.
I like it. It just definitely looks bonkers.
There's barely any gameplay though, Gray. That's a little bit.
No, they have gameplay. Then again, all this right here is gameplay.
Gray, you don't like animated or 8-bit or 16-bit, so this is animated.
This is not 8-bit. This is animated.
This looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
This looks like a lot of fun. It looks like very off the wall different. So it has shades of like the old animated. Oh God, what was the name of that? Animaniacs. If you guys have seen that. Splitgate 2, I don't know. It looks kind of neat, but I wasn't really all that thrilled with Splitgate 1, so I don't know.
This looks like Apex Legends.
Yeah, it really does, mate. It's a live service game that there's too many of them. Not for me.
Supposedly the reason why this one's different is that it's a game that's made up of a lot of portals.
But boys, sorry, Gray, you cut off Mr. Taro there. We need to try and be nicer and fair at each other. What were you saying, Taro?
This looks like a complete rip-off of Apex Legends, if I'm honest. How do they get away with this?
Yeah, I know, mate.
There's nothing original anymore.
Nope. Hollywood's the same as the video game producers and whatnot. Yeah, unfortunately, it's all the same. Oh, here we go. Yes. 100. We're not watching all this. Let me, if I can skip it up a little bit. Yeah, this is so Resident Evil 9 Requiem, and I mean it looks stunning. Their engine looks stunning. I love the Resident Evil games. It's my level I can't go any scarier than Resident Evil. That's about as scary as I can go because I'm a shite bag, and I admit it. And I'm man enough to admit I am scared. But we all love Resident Evil games here, boys.
I'll only play this game when the mods come out.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Gray Man. What you like? Just play something vanilla, you boring person that you are.
The mods are just really interesting, if you know what I mean.
So this here, like story-wise, I think this girl's like connected to one of the original characters because this is the precinct, I think, from the first game. Or the second game, is it? So one of the early games is the precinct. That's the same bloody one. Or it's the large house, one of the two. You're in one of the original buildings from one of the original games. I'm liking this story arc and how they bring it back 360. So as long as... I don't think I've ever paid full whack for this. It'll probably be a CD Keys job. I'll get it cheaper, but I'll get it legit. We'll see. So
looks very pretty.
Oh, stunning engine.
It is.
Such a
really nice looking.
But yeah, that's... is there a release date for it? Yeah.
There is February.
Very close to my birthday. So February 27th.
Oh, you know what that means? If it's close to
February,
you have to take another week off from work.
I never take time off my work. I go in. It's just a normal day for me. And this is why none of you know where my birthday is, because you never will.
No, we do now.
You know, I said close to. No, it's not my birthday.
Narrows it down. So.
Mortal Shell 2 was another one. That was the first one. Meh, I don't know so much about. I don't think we covered everything else.
We talked about
End of Abyss.
Mouse PI for hire. Not my cup of tea. It's like Cup. What is that? Cup
Disney
game?
style Cup. Yeah.
Cuphead.
It's just called Cup.
Cuphead.
Cuphead, that's it.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, it's not my thing, but I can appreciate it from afar. Troy Baker is Jack Pepper. He's he's a famous video game voice actor, so he's in that. Right, guys, that was a hell of a lot of information, but we knew that would be the case.
There's one that's quite interesting. Just one more, because it's so different.
Right.
Outer Worlds, which is a handcrafted stop-motion art style made into a game. Yeah.
Right.
Which
is
looks interesting.
Outer Worlds?
Outer Worlds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not to be confused, Outer Worlds. Sorry, mate. Do you mind covering the Expanse? Because I'm excited to learn about that as well.
So the Expanse. This was a game that was I wasn't expecting this at all. I'm not even sure how I found out about it. I think I was just looking at YouTube and I saw something pop up that said The Expanse. Now, The Expanse was a TV series, sci-fi, for 6 years. It's probably one of the best sci-fi shows ever made. Right up there with Star Trek and a couple other ones. Top five at least. Some people even like it the best. It was really, really good. So I see this thing pop up that says The Expanse. I'm going like, wait a minute. I followed a lot of the news to see whether Expanse is ever going to come back again. And I didn't read anything about this. And then I look at it and I go like, it's a game. And I'm going like, a game? How did this one get by us? So out of nowhere, it's called Osiris Reborn. And I started looking at the trailer. I mean, the trailer they showed. It really looked good. It looked just like an episode from The Expanse. I mean, the way they were doing it. The cinematic looks wonderful, but they do have some gameplay towards the end of the trailer that looks really good too. But they started really getting back into the series. From what I could tell, looking at the game, it looks like they're taking a lot of time and effort into writing something good. Because that was one of the strong points about the Expanse TV show. The writing, directing, acting was like superb. So the game has a lot to live up to. If the game can't live up to that quality, it's not gonna make it, as far as I'm concerned. But from what we're looking at here and from what I've seen, and I also watched the developer interview, it really does look good. If it can look this good and play this good, I'm ready, man. I'm already. In fact, I'm already in deep, and I'm taking a chance. But I bought the Miller's pack, which is one of the founder packs, that Owlcat Games were selling in advance. And I get all kinds of interesting goodies, and my name will be on the credits and all this stuff, which is all cool. And I get other stuff too. But I want to support these guys, because if this is going to be as good as we're thinking or we're seeing, then I definitely would want to support these guys and have them keep it going. This scene is excellent here, where they're on the roof and they're shooting, and they make a comment kind of a
look up
comment to gamers like us, where they're going like, nobody ever looks up at the roof.
Yeah,
I do. That's why I always end up going down cliffs.
So it really does look interesting. It's I don't know exactly where in the timeline this is taking place.
They talk about that, Gray. They talk about that. It was maybe something like between season 3 and 4. Maybe if you watch Cole Carnage, the YouTuber and Twitch streamer, if you watch his review or basically just interview he does with the lead guys of Owlcat Studios, then or whatever they're called, Owl Studios, then you'll find out more information about it. It's pretty good.
Well, the cool thing about this, couple of cool things, is besides how well it looks, you're going to have the proto-molecule involved again, which, again, if you've seen the series, was a big deal going through the whole thing. The other thing that I didn't expect at all, or I was hoping, but I wasn't, there are going to be some characters from the original TV series that are going to be replaying their role, as well as the real voice actors, the real voices. So I'm like, ooh, cool. So I'm kind of wondering who is it that's coming back, and stuff. So it could be any of the guys or girls, in the thing. So I'm like really jazzed about that. I'm going, now that's cool. That'd be kind of neat. And even the look of the proto-molecule looks exactly like out of the TV show. So you're already starting to get kind of like, oh wow, this is gonna be cool. This is gameplay now towards the end.
Yeah.
And I was looking at this going like, okay, now we're talking, and it looks pretty good. So I'm really hoping that there's no date on this yet.
That's what concerns me, Gray. If it's out by the end of next year, then that's a small victory. That's what I'm hoping for. Because if they haven't even added, like they've got to polish this off, and they've got to add things like your name to credits, which I know is a quick job to do, but the game is not finished. So it might be a while still.
I'm hoping it's not too long, but I'm hoping it's the end of the year. That would be kind of cool, or beginning of next. But it was just wonderful that I read that, because I was just like, all right, now we're kind of talking here. Anyway, I mentioned Dune Awakening, but we kind of talked about that a little bit, so we'll see where that goes. But all I can say is that now it seems to be in the very positive range. Now, whether it stays there, I don't know. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll see what goes on. Anyway, that's it for a game that was not neither showcased, and just came out of left field. So, which is great.
True, actually, it wasn't part of any showcase yet. It was still a massive deal because I can only speak for Gray and I, but we are massive fans of this TV show, mainly because we love.
Me too.
There you go. I think we've got 4 fans here. I love it because I think it. I've not read the books because I'm a dum-dum and I can't read. No, I much prefer visual media. I love the fact that it's realistic, as realistic as realism could get for something like this. I can see the human race being like that in a few hundred years, potentially. It's achievable, believable tech where we're around the solar system. But we're still a thing, because we're always still a thing, because human beings are dumb and that's what they do. But it's a great story. If you've never watched Expanse, watch it. They done 5, 6 seasons. 5 seasons, great. 6. And there's rumours it might be coming back again, but who knows?
The rumour's been coming out like so often. I don't believe anymore.
Yeah,
the ending was not great. I think because didn't they get like semi-cancelled, and then it was moved to another channel or something?
It happened around the 3rd season or 4th season. It moved over to Amazon. But it didn't suffer at all. In fact, it actually got that much better, or whatever. And the last season was a great season. It ended properly, and you wanted it to go on, but that was it. The rumors we keep hearing is that not that they're going to go back to that series, but they're saying either following a storyline that happens before, after, or somewhere else, because this game is happening somewhere else within the timeline of the show.
Yeah.
But
it's
if
a big universe that they created,
and that's what they're thinking, about or whatever. I'm just really curious as to who they got to come back as their character, because that's a few bucks to have these people come back. So I'm kind of wondering whether it's going to be any of the mainline people, or is it going to be somebody that just popped up on the show for an episode or 2? I would hope not. I mean, I would hope it would be like some of the people we are used to.
Somebody who was in the first series who's disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. Just like who?
Yeah.
Well, Miller was the detective guy who popped up in the first season. He was like disappeared for a while, but it was all part of the story. And then eventually he ended up coming back and stuff, and the way they worked it in was really good. One thing I will say for people that may have never seen the TV series, I've seen more than one person try to watch the first season and end up being kind of confused and then giving up. Don't give up. The reason why the first season is a little confusing is because they're setting you up.
So it's very different.
Yeah, watch into the second season and everything starts to like, whoa, and it starts to all kind of roll on what's supposed to happen. That was one of the remarks they made against Silo season 1. They were like trying to like, whoa, what's going on? You just go with it, man. Stick with it, and it ends up being really, really good. So again, we'll see.
I agree.
Moving on. Cheers, Gray. A few things I want to cover as well. I like the tech section normally, and I'm trying to keep this down to a minimum for time as well. Muggins here was in London for work last week. Couldn't see Matt. He accused me of doing inappropriate things to myself instead of going to meet him for a pint. Little did he know that I was absolutely wrecked because I was up late night queuing. Queuing, I sat for 2 hours watching stuff on YouTube for a midnight launch out of Smith's toy shop on Old Kent Road, I want to say, or off Old Kent Road. I was 11th in queue, so I knew I was going to get one more than likely. I was just at loose end. I thought, why not? I've got one already coming to me, but I could get this one tonight and play it in the train going back home. It was nice to actually go to a midnight launch. It's not something that happens often anymore. And I felt a little bit like a big kid. I mean, I am a big kid, but I definitely genuinely felt like a kid for a little bit. It was nice to actually see the excitement. We didn't do that thing you guys do in the States, Gray, where the first person that comes out of the store like kind of puts it up and everyone cheers and there's handshakes, woo, run about. We were all just
people start punching each other.
We're too proud to be British. Let's just grab one and run quick before someone mugs us because it is London and steals it off us. So, sorry, London folk, but you know it's true. But yeah, Coco, shut up. I like to wind Gray off every time the dog kicks off. I went in there and I just got myself a launch model with the game as well. Mario Kart World even, and I picked it up here. I've done a quick unboxing as well.
Where's it got a scratch on it?
What's
beautiful?
John, Trev, you got a Switch too?
Yeah.
The day after you did your unboxing,
Does that
my
mean
son
you stopped
got
talking
his.
about it now?
What are you saying, Gray?
I said the day after you did your unboxing, my son's arrived here.
Excellent. Does he enjoy it?
Oh yeah, he's been playing it ever since the box opened. So yeah.
How is it, Trev? Is it good?
I do like it. It's just an improved Switch One. That's all I wanted. I didn't want them to actually try and reinvent the wheel. Saying that, they went from the Wii to the Wii U, and that was a disaster. And that was just building on what the Wii done, so it could have ended in tears. But I wanted it to play in higher resolution. I wanted it to play Tears of the Kingdom at higher than not even 1080p, 30 FPS. I'd very rarely ever play it on the go. I play it docked because you get more bang for your buck, especially in the Switch 2. And I have it in my little gaming cube section thing in the corner, pun not intended. And I just want to play Zelda at higher res. The disappointing thing is, while it looks better and the FPS is higher, Tears of the Kingdom is still only 1440p. And it's 60 FPS rather than 30. But where's this DLSS coming into play? I'm not seeing Nintendo using this yet. This is going to be third-party developers. You should be using that Nintendo DLSS to push it from whatever its native 900-odd-p up to 4K or close to 4K. Why are we not using that? Come on, guys. But still, 1440p looks a lot nicer. It's HDR. It's got HDR enabled. And it's just fun. I've got it to play some other games as well that are higher resolution and been... The thing is, if you play Switch 1 games in them, there's no Switch 1 hardware inside the console, the Switch 2. You're actually using an emulation layer. So they're actually using emulation, which... I mean, it's flawless. Don't get me wrong. I haven't not upscales things. It makes them... If they run only 30 FPS, or say a random, 35, 40 FPS, it will make it run at 60. And it'll be locked, so it'll be more stable, but the res won't be higher. And then they're very sneaky, Nintendo. They want you to buy expansion packs for their games from, say, Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. It's a bit dirty, that. £8 to get the patch, or if you're a Switch Online Plus expansion member, you get it for free, which I am.
Yeah,
so
that's a bit much, isn't it?
It is. Nintendo being pretty greedy. It's $150 more than the last Switch. It's a lot.
A little bit, yeah.
It's a lot of money, man. But you know,
it's a game though. I mean, one game came on the. You have to spend $80 for it, but.
One, yeah. So Mario Kart World is $80 or £70 if you want to buy it on its own. But I got so it was $395 in the UK or $430 if you bought it with Mario Kart World. So that saved you a good bit of change.
Not so bad.
And Mario Kart's a bit like Forza Horizon now a little bit. You've got more open world. You can travel to each race, which makes it a little bit cooler. Although maybe I'll review that at another time. But yeah, so moving on from that, it is fun to have it, and I've been playing it some this week because I'm off this week, so I've been enjoying that. Taro might get involved and interested in the next bit of news. They've been recently, there's been some leaks and reveals of AMD's Zen 6 goodies that will be coming out soon.
I haven't seen this yet.
No, so by all means have a look at that link, I'll put in there. The leak reveals, so we take it with a pinch of salt, people, because it is a leak, reveals 50% more 3D cache and 50% core count increase. It's due to land sometime next year. So get more L3 cache, higher boost clock, and a new leak has confirmed that per CCD core count and cache increase. This is the geeky stuff, people, so if you don't like it, switch off for a moment, but come back and listen to the rest of the show. We've now got CCD core count to 12 for Zen 6 CPUs. It's a 50% increase over Zen 5 Ryzen 9000, for example.
That's
that used
good.
8. The 16-core flagship 9950X employs 2 8-core CCDs by this. Zen 6 flagship CPU will be going up to as many as 24 total cores. I have to feel like I do the Dr. Evil thing when I do that. And a whopping 48 threads. Additionally...
Sorry, Trev, carry on.
Yeah. There's more of it to come, so by all means, your question may get answered here.
I'm getting excited, that's all.
Me too, that's why I love talking about this stuff, mate, and why I gave you a name mention. AMD could be developing 32-core CCDs for use in AMD EPYC server CPUs to fit 32 cores in a single CCD. Jesus Christ. The cores themselves need to be considerably smaller than Zen 6, so likely 32 times 6 cores per CCD instead of full fat. And then it goes on to talk about the L3 and 3DV cache sizes, which is the stuff we're interested in. So more, like I said, more L3 cache than Zen 5, 43 meg L3 cache per CCD. They've got some funky names here, and a massive 120 megabytes L3 cache per CCD for server chips. So if we give that some context and reference, because it's a lot of gobbledygook to some people, the Ryzen 9 9950X has 32 megabytes of L3 cache per CCD for a total of 64. So the increased L3 cache would mean 96 for a dual CCD Ryzen 9. It's a big deal for folks like Talrai that really love this stuff. Per CCD level cache of 48 megabytes is also a pretty big deal for gamers. Agreed, yes. What else we got here? So 9800X3D, the fastest gaming chip on the planet, has one CCD with 8...
The fastest one on the planet?
It's the peasant one that we used to have, Gray, that we no longer have, and it's... God, now you get 9950X 3Ds now. Nah, I'm joking, it is the best gaming chip on the planet. 8 cores, 16 threads, 32 meg of L3 cache. I'm trying to go through some of this because I know it's gobbledygook to a lot of people. If Zen 6 indeed brings 48 megabytes of L3 cache per CCD, the 9800 X3D will enjoy 112 megabytes of L3 cache if it keeps the same amount. I mean, there's more, but I'm going to kind of wrap up there because it gets a lot of thoughts, boys, especially Mr. Tarl. Are you moist yet, sir?
Oh, very, yeah, very. My only question is, does it make any mention of whether the higher core processors are going to have the Vcache on all of the CCDs, which is something they haven't been doing yet?
By my judgment, my understanding about this, I don't think it's something they plan to do anytime soon, nor do they have to.
Yeah.
Because they have their gaming chip designed for... So what will happen is they'll increase the L3 cache for that. They'll increase the clocks a bit, but they didn't say what they would be. And then they would probably bring out the successor to 9950 X3D, and that would be your all-encompassing everything CPU, which, to be fair, I haven't actually put it into my new rig yet. Gray's got one. It is excellent at what it does. It works really well with the Windows scheduler, so that if it's gaming, it only games. If you're doing anything else, it goes on to the other cores instead, other CCD.
It's a true hybrid, which is interesting.
Which is what you want. Although I said to Gray, be careful. There'll be the odd game, especially older games, where the system, because bear in mind it's a Windows scheduler, so it is Windows, it's Microsoft, they're not bulletproof. The Xbox game bar thing that kind of is built into Windows is what they use to tell the system if a game's running or not. That will not pick up every single game, Gray, which is not it's not a big deal if the odd one comes up.
Add the games to that game bar.
Took the words out of my mouth, man. I literally took the words out of my mouth. So yeah, the odd one that doesn't make it, especially an older game, you just go Xbox game bar and you add it in manually and boom. But I'll be paranoid, Taro. I'll have my processes up on the side, but you better be running the right CCD right now.
Oh,
because I don't trust it.
But that's my concern, right? Microsoft, Windows has been bad for a long time now, right? So I don't think I really trust them to make a scheduler that does a really, really, stand-up job. I'd rather just see maybe less cache on each CCD, but on the bigger chips having the Vcache on all of the CCDs. That would be my preference. Then you don't have to use the software. I'm sure there's a reason they can't do it, Taro. They would have done it already. It is a heat thing, yeah. So like one CCD with 16 cores in it running at bloody 5.789 gigs and all that L3 cache, I mean, literally, it might implode like a star dying. They'll solve it at some point, right? They will solve it at some point, and we will get 16, 20, 32 core CPUs which will have Vcache on every single CCD, and that is going to be a glorious day.
That'll be the dream chip, but I certainly... Gray's not getting into the meat and potatoes of his chip yet. He will at some point when he's going between gaming and doing editing. He's not had much of a chance to do that yet. Yeah. But he'll
download ping pong.
He'll get them graphics, man. Them CPU usage. I watched the videos of the 9950 X3D, and it looks like they finally cracked it. Unlike this, was it 7850 X3D? They were doing a lot of testing. J2 Sense and his pals, his other peers. It was switching when it had to between it.
For sure.
Yeah. So I'm okay to get the 9950 X3D because I want to do a bit of editing. So yeah, moving on, more tech stuff. We rumoured this a little while ago. We didn't leak it, but we read out someone else's homework basically. AMD Ryzen Z2 lineup expanded with new high-end budget SoCs. We now have the Ryzen A1 Z2 Extreme and the Ryzen.
Woo!
I know they never wear trousers or jeans in that household,
legs,
man.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, Gray, do you shave your legs? I think you must do, mate.
No,
they're smooth. They are smooth, mate.
He's come back with his gobshite.
Takes all the hair off. I'm not kidding.
So we have Ryzen AI. Oh, for fuck's sake, Gray.
Yeah.
Are you finished?
Give it a lick.
Wait a minute. It's not in your rig.
Of course, it's in my rig. This is the box.
It's just the box.
I can't see it's empty.
The box.
I couldn't see it's blown out. The middle's blown out because of the lights. Yeah, so more Ryzen goodness before Gray interrupted me. Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme and Ryzen Z2A. I have no clue what that means. But yeah, I'm going to actually really quickly. This is cool because I love tech, although I don't play games in the Go, so maybe I'm actually just being an absolute utter hypocrite here. So this touches into the Xbox Ally handheld stuff that they revealed because this is essentially what they're using. I'll go down to this little chart here. There we go. That's much better. Everyone loves a good chart. So the Billy Big Balls edition, as Trev's now dubbing it, is the AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme. You notice there's two Z2 Extremes there. The AI one is just going to be using these AI tops so that you'll get better machine learning, better upscaling, that kind of thing, which is very important for handhelds because we know they've got a small power envelope to play in, and you see its power levels, 13 to 35 watts.
Wow,
is nothing.
That's so low.
Yeah, but in handheld, it's actually, the Switch is 20. The Switch 2 is 20.
Yeah.
To give you an idea there, Tarl. So
it's all about the battery power, I guess, isn't it? You know, the lower you can get
consumption.
Yeah. And that's why the Switch 2 in 3-4 years will bring out an OLED version of their Switch 2. They'll bring out, and instead of an 8 nanometer process chip, they'll bring out a 5 or a 4, but they won't increase the performance. It'll just be more efficient, so the battery will last longer.
Yeah.
This stuff ties into it.
Of course, you'll have to upgrade then as well, Trev.
Of course, more likely, mate, 100%. Well, actually, no, maybe not, because I don't play it in the Go, so I don't care about the screen. So probably not.
You need to test it out.
Of course, I'm up for testing. I'm up for testing and sending it back to doing a Amazon job, Matt, where I send it back within a month. So yeah,
True.
The thing about this is
come to my place instead.
They don't increase the clocks, and they don't have clocks and speeds and whatnot here. It was never a thing with these chips. It was more about efficiency. So I just expect it to last longer and be a little bit more powerful. The reason this stuff's exciting is because it ties into, and there's a wee little preview here, the ROG, or is it ROG? Some people call it the ROG.
Yeah, isn't that not the Asus ROG Ally, just with a couple of testicles on the edge?
Well, this is what we thought. We thought they actually dumped it, Microsoft, their own handheld. They may have done it, but they've teamed up with Asus to do their one. Let's see if there's actually a difference between the two. Yeah, there is. So
it's the hands, the testicles on the side are
two models.
It's
called these things, Matt, if I can show you.
Testicles.
Hold on to them, mate. It's called ergonomics.
Ergonomics.
The Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X, I was like, what? They sound so similar. But you see the small print, they both have the ZA chip, but the Peasant Edition, the Xbox Ally X has the... Actually, does it? Wait a minute. There it goes. It has the non-A chip, so there you go. Don't know what A stands for.
The Ally X is more RAM and it's a larger hard drive.
Yeah, but the processor, mate, there is a difference. That's the key
thing.
Don't know what the A is for, though. I'm not going to lie. In fact, it probably is the AI element because it seems to be missing. They just seem to be missing an I from AI. More RAM, more storage. The display looks exactly the same. So it's mostly the chip and a couple of things like the RAM and storage and whatnot. Weight as well. So battery's a little bit bigger. So going to these testicles he's talking about, because Matt's obsessed with testicles. What can we say? I'm not playing all that, but yeah, these are cool. These things. It's the ultimate way to game on the go, because the thing about this is this will have all of the platforms on it. You could play it. It's Windows. It basically is Windows running on that. But before you go shock horror, no way, Windows. The Xbox team were able to literally take Windows and customize it the way they wanted. It doesn't boot into Windows. It's literally gets so much stripped out, Tarl, that it is literally the way that it should be designed for on the go. You can play your games on the go. You can play your Steam. You can play Epic. You can play GOG. There is concerns that you'll be able to play Sony games on it, and Sony are shitting themselves. I don't know why, the details behind that one there. They'll probably find a way to block that. But the handhelds look pretty good. I don't know why you make fun of them. Why you make fun of them, Matt? I don't understand.
No, it's not. It's because I always thought they'd come up with their own machine rather than going to Asus ROG and going.
They may still though, but that's the rumors that they dropped it. I don't think they have, mate.
Yeah, but I think they're thinking, with this one, it's backwards compatibility is pretty epic. It's on the go for every sort of Xbox game and Windows game going.
Any PC game, essentially.
Any PC game, any console for Xbox. Yeah. They're inclusive everywhere, and I think they're pushing that real big which what they were saying on the show with the ladyship.
They constantly talked about Xbox everywhere, and
that's it. Xbox everywhere. Yeah.
That was their main gig thing. But they said that everything's going to be seamless between your Xbox console and your PC. You just pick up one wherever you leave off, go to the PC, pick it up from there.
Yeah.
So I tell you, it better work as good as they say, because they could look really dumb.
Yeah, Steam Deck tried that. Look what happened. Half of the games couldn't really work properly with it.
Exactly.
So.
It is very well customized now. There's not many things. They've done a good job, Valve, to be fair.
Kudos to them, yeah.
This is the ultimate gaming rig. The last ROG Ally handset was $800. So, I mean, this scary how much this is going to... Why do you pay more for less? Just because you can play on the go?
It's portability, isn't it? Go wherever you want with that.
But Matt, it's a lot more for a lot less. It's not just a bit more for a little bit less.
It's
a lot
like
more.
going to Tesco Extra. You got to pay that little extra just because it's around the corner.
No, mate, nah. Waitrose. It's Waitrose more than anything. Yeah,
it's paying for convenience, aren't you?
So I paused it for those that are listening. I paused it literally on a picture of the main software they use. This is Windows. It doesn't look like it. It's Windows running in the background, but they've customized it to have a gaming version of Windows.
You can change Windows to boot on certain things. We do that with our Teams meeting group things. Yeah,
but I mean,
and apparently I heard that this is the first time that Microsoft has allowed a third party to hook into Windows to this level and change it to this level.
Yeah,
Look how chunky it looks, mate. Oof! Look at that.
My boss used to have the old ROG Ally, and he sold it not fairly recently, probably last year.
The whole thing, too, from a marketing aspect, is the cross-promotion. You're talking about Asus ROG, then you got Xbox, then you're talking about Microsoft, then you're talking about AMD chips. I mean, it's good for everybody to have a cross-marketing campaign. So it's not just because they wanted to get into a partnership. That is part of the reason, because they can share the cost.
Yeah.
But the other reason is that you can throw these names around, and it's just like, oh, wow, man.
Yeah. Listen, I won't play it, but I still love to see new tech anyway, even if I don't play it. It's just what's possible on the go. And the last thing I've got on my docket, really quickly, just when you thought you didn't get enough FPS out your monitor, don't worry. You can literally buy a graphics card. It doesn't exist yet, so you could power a first ever 720 hertz gaming monitor has been teased. It's going to be a WOLED 1440p gaming monitor that operates in the 540 to 720 hertz range. Now here's where it gets a bit shit, because it literally is designed for the Counter-Strike people of the world. It's got offers 335 nits of brightness in SDR mode. That is shit. That is awful. By the way, it really is. And you need even more, way more nits than that to get HDR. HDR is supposed to start at 400. Even then, you want a lot more than that. So, now this is the thing. It was SDC. It's a Chinese manufacturer. I've never heard of them, boys. Not going to pretend I do. But it does say, right enough here, because it's Chinese converted to English, and I only see the English, so I have no direct translation. It does say 1500 nits here, so maybe they can actually make it go a lot higher in HDR. I'm not really sure. What else have we got? It's interesting. DisplayPort 1.4 HDMI 2.1, 0.03 milliseconds latency. It's a 26.5 inch 1440p, and it is an LG panel they're using. So that'll be good quality. It's 4th gen OLED. So
why are they not 4K though? They're only
sounds great. Because 1440p is probably one of the more famous resolutions for PC gamers.
Yeah,
I know 1080p still takes it, but when I speak to you, Gray, you're 1440p. Tar, what you? Are you 1440?
Yeah. 40.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to knock it. I'm not going to knock it, but Matt and I think you're peasants because we game in 4K. So sorry.
The thing is, though, guys, this is clearly an esports monitor, right? 720 hertz. That is an esports monitor through and through. And what tends to happen is when you've got one feature that's like so turbocharged, you have to probably sacrifice quite a lot of other stuff. So the HDR probably isn't great. The response time's probably not great, but esports people, they're going to go wild for that kind of refresh rate.
But did you not see the video that Linus Tech Tips done? Like, how much can the human eye actually see and what you can get out of it as a benefit? And I think I call bullshit on anyone that can actually say, 720, that'll help me. I call bullshit on it. I do. Prove it to me otherwise.
I think there is a what's it called? Diminishing return. There's a diminishing return probably somewhere, right? But I would suggest that if you ask any professional gamer, they're going to say, "I just want the fastest monitor that you can get."
Yeah, and they're also the same people that I respect their talent at the game, but that takes the fun out of it. I've seen these people in some games that, whether they've got shooting elements or other shooters, they will literally take up back all the graphics to get rid of like foliage and stuff so they can get more FPS and they can see their enemy quicker. That is just turned into a job, and you've sucked the life and soul out of it and the fun.
But it literally is their job. They're professionals. They're professional gamers.
No, but not outside these people. I'm talking about actual, just normal gamers that want the fastest and best of it. Don't get that.
The space between extreme gamers like that, or esports gamers, and us is widened greatly. I mean, they're in a whole nother, realm to themselves. And as much as we might like or not like or have our feelings about it, obviously they're in their thing. But like Trev said, I couldn't play a game right. I had to sit there and dump the graphics so low just to get my FPS up. So basically, you're seeing nothing but a bunch of muddy graphics like this, and as long as you can shoot something. It's like,
there's a Counter-Strike tournament going on, I think, this week and finishing over the weekend. Go and tune in, guys, right? And check out the reaction times on these guys.
Oh, yeah.
It is phenomenal, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're doing things that you probably could never even, even think about. They're wildly good.
I want someone to actually show this to me, or I'll go and find out for myself if this monitor actually comes out. If you've got a 5090 in there and you play a game that's 1080p, are we actually going to get enough frames to match that? Probably in something like Counter-Strike, an older game, you probably would. But there won't be many games. That's the thing. I think I'm with you boys.
On esports mode on Fortnite, you'll be able to do that as well.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I mean, I can get like 500-600 frames on my card, and it's AMD 7900X TX. So a 5090, easy.
Okay. Well, speaking of hardware, Taro, that leads us on to your section there, my man. You may as well crack on with the old hardware theme.
Thank you, sirs. So, everyone knows how we all feel about NVIDIA and their iron grip control of the GPU market, right? I think probably everyone has a not so positive feeling on that.
So, but they buy them anyway, but yeah.
So how about this, guys? How about if they had the same control over the CPU market as well? How do you feel about that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like you've been to Luke Curry in the morning.
Yeah. So the first, what are looking like real leaks of NVIDIA's ARM-based processors have come out. We've seen some Geekbench scores, and they look good. They look really good. So in single thread, the N1X. Let me step back a bit. There's two models. There's an N1, which is going to be for your laptops and mobile, and then there's the N1X, which is going to be for desktop. So the N1X, that's the one we're most interested in, is running very slightly behind the Intel 285K, which is the Core Ultra 9.
That's all right for your first chip, eh?
That's all right. That's a pretty damn good first attempt. And on multi-core, they are equal to the 9800X3D. Also a pretty damn good first attempt. Now, they're a little way behind Intel on multi-core because, Intel has so many cores, like 24, I think. And these two chips, the N1 only has 20 cores, and they are not clocked anywhere near as high as Intel. I think we're seeing something like just over 4,000 megahertz. So, they're not there yet in terms of all-out speed, but there are going to be some real benefits for using ARM, such as power consumption, such as the ability to scale the size of the chips once they really get the manufacturing process going. So there's a lot of positives here. and I'm really excited about this because it's a new competitor into the CPU market. But then I have to ask myself, am I really happy about who the new competitor is?
Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
I would rather see Intel and AMD keep duking it out than get NVIDIA.
A third person in there, third company's got to be a good thing, because that means competition will be driven higher and prices will change.
Do you think NVIDIA will throw that higher than Intel would? A bit like that graphics card. What do you think?
Oh,
Taro, I want to ask you a question. I read an article, I can't remember where it was, but the gist of the article was that there are a couple of different other CPU makers that are looking to possibly grab some of the market. These are not big time entities right now, but I've been hearing little things and reading little articles that people are in the background are working on this. And don't be surprised in the coming, couple of years or whatever, we're going to see somebody come out of nowhere.
Oh, no, I won't be surprised, especially with the advent of ARM, because ARM is essentially easier than x86, and also x86 is obviously licensed by Intel only to AMD, so I don't think that anyone else is going to get into that space. But now that people are going to be NVIDIA is potentially going to be competing with ARM, that could open up a very, very big market indeed, especially on the laptops, right? So if you've got these new laptops with processors that are almost as good but have twice as much battery life, 3 times as much battery life, that is going to be a game changer.
That would be good.
So, did they
actually buy a laptop then?
Did they buy a company that do this? Did they design their own CPUs themselves? Like, where did this come from? No,
they're partnering with I forget their name. MediaTek. That's who it is. Oh. They're partnering with MediaTek, and I think we touched on it. I don't know, a couple of months ago. So basically, what they are is they're SoCs. So they're a full package built on a chip. I forget what SoC stands for. Is it System on Chip? Yeah, that's right.
System on Chip.
Yeah, System on Chip.
So what you'll have is apparently, and I was quite surprised to read this, but apparently even for the desktop version will be an SoC. So you'll have the CPU, the RAM, and the GPU all built into a soldered single chip. Apparently you can choose up to 128 gigs, and for the mobile version, the M1, you can choose up to 32 or 16 or 32. But yeah, I was a bit
are we interested?
Sure about that.
Would we look in the future? Because SoCs for me are for games consoles. I don't want a graphics card or graphics chip built into an SoC because it will be nowhere near as powerful as what I've got at the moment. So at least initially, if this is the starting stage for them, fine. But if they actually go into releasing a separate CPU on its own that will work with their NVIDIA GPUs, then I'd be interested. So I'm a bit disappointed, but I'll be patient.
I think it's like anything else. The fact that I'm really interested in the fact that of the innovativeness of this. I think it's pretty cool that they can actually jam all this stuff on a chip and it actually works. From an enthusiast like we all are, I wouldn't be getting it. No. But
I
still,
want to be able to upgrade bits, right? So
I'm going to tell you something else that you just reminded me of this. This is not something that we would go out and buy, but one of the biggest growing markets that I've seen has been the mini PCs. Yep. And because of the ARM technology and so forth, and just things getting smaller overall, I have 3 friends or acquaintances that I have now. No, was it 3? No, it's 4. My son is the 4th one. Who aren't gamers on PC, but they are big on. They might be big on console. Some of them don't play games at all, but they do use their computer for different things. And I should be a representative of the company or something, but I've gotten 4 of these people, including my son, to get a mini PC. And every one of these people, including my son, that I've been, I still talk to and stuff like that, their computers are running fine. One of them is already close to a year old. And these things either have a tiny fan in it to keep it cool or no fan. Mm-hmm. And they're only as big as 2 cigarette packs together. I mean, it's like you're talking like this. That's it.
Yep.
And the one that I got my son was $210, and it runs 2 monitors at 1440p, no problem, and does all the work. And it's I think 16 gigs of DDR4 5 RAM, I think it is, pretty sure. I'm like shocked at what these little things can do. And that's all because of this technology like we're talking about.
You just have to look at the Pi market as well, guys, right? You've got Raspberry Pis and all sorts of different Pi alternatives. They're really powerful now. So I will say that the only thing that I haven't, I did do a bit of research around this because I wanted to be 100% sure that the desktop version was going to be an SoC as well, and I couldn't find anything that would definitely said that it is, because the article seems to imply that it is, but it doesn't say for sure. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I would personally prefer if the desktop version wasn't an SoC, because I think, like you said, Trev, that's the arena of the consoles, laptops, and the little gaming handhelds that you've got. That's fine. That's what you want SoCs for, not for the enthusiast.
A kind of preview of that, right? We've already got a preview of what Carl just talked about.
Yeah,
the Switch 2, right? Because that's an SoC and it's NVIDIA and it's ARM. It is a system. System on chip. It literally is. It's I was looking at it in a moment. It's a custom designed. It's called a T239 custom NVIDIA chip. It's Ampere architecture for the graphics, but it also features an 8-core ARM Cortex, 12 SM Ampere GPUs, lots of CUDA cores, blah 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 blah, which gives you docked performance of over 3 teraflops of goodness. These things are designed for that, like Taro said, 100%, and they've got a place in the market. If you're a gaming enthusiast or you're a kind of workload enthusiast in terms of high-end editing and whatnot, export and all that good stuff, then if you're one of them, you don't get this chip. For everything else, this chip or that chip, the end chips that are coming out, would be fine for you.
Assuming
not for us.
It definitely is an SoC though for the desktop version. As I said, I'm not 100% sure at this stage. It's just rumours, right? But I think there's 2 parts of this that I think are really interesting and a little bit scary. And it's the first bit is, like Gray said, this is their first attempt into desktop CPUs, and they are competing on their first try. So that's wild. And the second thing is, I just don't think NVIDIA could or should have this level of control over any market. The GPU market, obviously they have 90% market share there. If they launch into the CPU market and take a lot of share from AMD and Intel, they're going to be humongous. How can you even compete with a company like that?
Do you remember, Taro? Remember a little while ago? See, the company ARM, right? They're a UK company, and a few years ago, NVIDIA tried to come in and buy them, and the competition authority in the UK told them to get on their bike because they're already huge as it is. You could argue that there's not much competition for CPUs at the moment, but they just looked at NVIDIA and the fact that they make chips in general, and they went, nah, you guys were already huge as it is, it's monopoly, it'd be even worse, and they said no, probably for the best.
That's why they're partnering with MediaTek. Their first play was to buy ARM, right? Just to literally, we're so big, we'll just buy the market. And then now they're having to partner with someone. I would not be surprised if we saw some really, really big shifts in the market in the next couple of years after this.
Yeah, hey, competition's good, man. I'm fascinated to hear about stuff like that. It might not be for me, might not be for you, but it'll be for someone for sure, and it'll drive competition. So, yeah, cheers for that, Taro.
I think a lot of companies might actually go that way if they're saving some sort of. Oh, there's my penis.
It's blurry, man. It's blurry. The godlike is too much. We can't see the godlike. It can't render the godlike.
It's been censored.
What you like, yeah. Well, anyway, right. So we're moving on. Some actual kind of gaming type news. Although the first thing I've got in there, I guess, technically isn't directly gaming, but I found it funny. I found it interesting. Apple, those guys, Apple have bought a game studio.
Is it meant to go on top of their laptops?
It may as well be. Yeah. So they basically bought the creator of Sneaky Sasquatch, which is supposed to be a really popular game in their Apple Arcade system, which I don't sign up for because I don't really see the point of it. The company in question is called RAC7. And this game, Sneaky Sasquatch, was really, really popular. I believe the company that they bought is made up of only 2 or 3 people. Right? So
it's not so much a studio as just a couple of dudes.
Couple of dudes, that's it. Your hands got a job.
What an Apple.
So I call that clickbait, and I'm going to ask Gray to put at the very, very start of this, when he puts his little tagline, right? I'm going to ask you, Gray, to put Apple bought a game studio, or Apple buys game studio, because we're just going to be blatantly obvious. That's clickbait. Really is.
What did they pay for him? 50 quid?
Wow.
I heard the first game that their Apple's going to come out with is going to be a Souls-like game.
I'm sick of it.
But 2D.
God.
Very
Apple
good.
Apple are trying to push more into the game, and their keynote yesterday, which I'm sad because I watch stuff like that. I'm interested in it. They did talk about there was a game coming out. I don't know if it's Mac exclusive that is designed to run on their machines and nice. I'll never game on a Mac. I just won't. I'm sorry.
It'll be mobile games, right? Surely.
Yeah,
it is. But
style games. Yeah.
Taro, hence the clickbait. So
Gotcha.
hey, who's to say that if they were serious, they could get into the gaming side of. See if they actually pulled the finger out. We're going to buy some game studios. We're going to bring out a dedicated Apple console. The Apple
Ubisoft.
Okay.
Any worse?
They're only worth about 10 bags of apples anyway. They're not, so like they're probably pretty cheap.
Can you imagine the egg on our face?
It'll be Ubi Apple.
You cut Taro off again. What are you saying, Taro?
So, I was just thinking, can you imagine the egg on our face when these two guys come out with the best game of the year? Like actual game of the year.
Yeah, Game of the Year awards. For 3 times running.
I found it interesting. That's why I brought it up. No, the Apple Arcade games that they make are either really good or they'll get exclusivity on them. So there's no pay to win finish. No added in DLC. It is just a fun. Bear in mind, over 500 million people play mobile games, boys. It's not for us, I know, but they're really popular.
Youngsters.
Part of the reason why Microsoft bought Activision for I can't remember what they're called, King or something. They make the mobile games. Massive business in China.
And I hear there's a few quid in mobile games as well.
Oh, mate, that's ridiculous. It's billions. It's genuinely billions.
Yeah.
You get in them.
Programming second, make a mobile game. We'd be making a lot of money.
But yeah, I won't spend too much time on this. Basically, if you play the Apple Arcade, you know what it's about. It's not for me, but it's got its little market, I guess. So yeah, the other thing which I found interesting, and I need to get back into this because it is fun, more free Fallout 76 content based around fishing, and they've been very smart with the title. It's basically titled Gone Fishing, as in fishing reactor, or fishing as in the process, FISSION. And it was pretty amusing because there's some mutants in those waters, to be fair. I liked the little trailer for it because, see, when you tuned in for, was it Xbox Showcase? See, at the start, before it came on, there was like half an hour build up. You actually saw them fishing in Fallout. I don't know if anyone's seen that.
Yeah,
they're literally
thought, waiting. Some mutant
have we got a bite? With no bite, like this whole time, just 2 ghouls fishing. Man, I found it funny
on the pier.
But yeah, so it's not going to blow you away. But it's they do seasons, you know, and they do their past thing as well. You get extra things, cosmetic things. We're in season 21, about to go into. 30 new fish can be caught. It's also to possibly cook recipes for them, sell them on. There'll be a new tiny bit of story content, casting off new quest line, where you will receive a working fishing rod, which can be upgraded by completing the fishing challenges and daily fishing quests. It also includes 12 axoloids. Sorry if I'm butchering that. To
What's
find, I don't know, mate. I've not played it enough. One available to catch every month throughout the year. Local legends, a new camp, new challenges, blah 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 blah. But anyway, it's a small little thing. I thought it was cool and quirky. I know
somebody that will play that. I think we know. Yeah.
Yeah. Who? Oh, yeah. Comic. Yeah. Yeah. I won't bother showing the trailer for it, but yeah, I found it amusing. And then just when you thought, I mean, this is like buses. there's no new content for a while, and then there's 3 bloody gaming festivals or contents showcases in 1 week. We had the Sony one, which was B minus. It was all right. There was some
I didn't actually catch any of that. What came up on there?
So some of the games from that will come to PC, Matt. So
getting about 10 years,
we've got what's the time like? We're okay there. Time wise, we've got. Why does it keep fecking doing that? There you go. That's much better. Share that there. This game here, Pragmata, looks absolutely bonkers.
I heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, let me speed it up a little bit, boys. You can actually see it's Capcom. Looks pretty good. It's got a bit of the.
It's like what's that?
No,
Bioshock
space
style.
Bioshock.
Bioshock. Yeah.
The space horror type game I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But you've got
Dead
some
Space.
little chick on your bloody shoulder.
I mean, that's literally what they did in Bioshock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's got
on the shoulder.
It's like Big Daddy kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Is it Big Daddy?
It's like Bioshock meets Dead Space. Yeah. That looks pretty good. I won't lie. When was that coming out? Does it say? Probably not.
This year and on PC,
Next year,
5
probably.
years.
There you go, 2026.
Yeah.
It's real. It's real. Now this here,
I love
there's
that.
Romeo is Dead. This is called Romeo's a Dead Man. Sorry. This was another batshit crazy one. You can tell by the animation style. I'm trying to. There you go. Hacker slasher game. This looks nuts. This man. I thought it looked pretty good. It'll probably come out in PC as well. Dead Man.
It looks like a re-skinned. What's that? Dead
by Daylight?
Dead Daylight style.
Daylight? Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like, I mean, I'm not really as into some of the slasher games, but the only thing I didn't like about seeing that is there was so much splatter going on. You couldn't even see the good stuff. It was just splatter everywhere.
Yeah. 2026 for that. This is the one I'm really looking forward to. I adore the Silent Hill
remember
game.
mentioning this ages ago.
Silent Hill F is an FU. 25th of September this year. I won't play the whole thing again, but it takes place in Japan, which fair enough. They're a Japanese company. Some little schoolgirl cutting about, getting chibbed by these monsters.
Shadows over there. No, I can't.
You're funny.
It seems not how they behave with tentacles.
Japan. So I'm going to gloss over that, Matt. You dirty boy. I like games like this as long as they're not. I mean, they're scary. Then they're really scary. But hey, Silent Hill games are iconic. They're the Resident Evil games. I love the games. I love the Silent Hill movies. That is out soon. I think it's out. Is it out PC? Let's see. It might be PlayStation exclusive at the start.
Yeah.
Which, does it say? That's shipping something.
So it's got to be. Oh, there you go. September 25th.
Yeah. So I don't see it. It probably is just in.
Yeah, it's just PlayStation for now. Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with that. What else was there that was decent? Final Fantasy
Tactics. You don't have a problem because you have a PlayStation.
They have like a free gameplay you can do on that one.
Final Fantasy Tactics, not my cup of tea, but
what's this on, Trev?
PlayStation. This is the Sony State of Play. So yeah, this is games that will come out on PlayStation and or PC because they do that as well. Final Fantasy Tactics, not my cup of tea, but it's 30th of September this year. Coming back out again. Now, what do you see this? Oh my lord. Baby steps. This is a piss take, this man. Watch. Look at the way he walks. It's like a human fall flat or human fall flat human or whatever that game was called. I mean,
that is uncanny. I don't like it.
This is a challenge game where you have to use your keys to keep going.
Oh, this is weird.
So funny.
And then he just I don't know what's going on. His mission's to go for a pee or go to the toilet. Basically, it's ridiculous. But it's mental. Look, I mean that is so bad it might actually be good.
That's like a.
Hirogami looked pretty good. Not my cup of tea, but I like the concept of it. You can literally convert into different things, origami style. It's got a kind of funky.
That's cool.
Origami style graphical setup to it, maybe.
Origami as opposed to origami.
But yeah, anyway, everyone golf hot shots. That's Namco that do that. So that you've got Pac-Man playing golf. Literally, it was pretty funny. Ninja Gaiden, which I thought was just Xbox exclusive, but it's here as well. That is old timey wimey graphics, so Gray won't like that.
Oh, that looks good. That looks like a proper good Metroidvania.
Yeah, that type of game. Very popular then. Very, very popular this type of games.
Great fun.
Oh, they'll probably only charge $80 for it, so.
No, that'll be like 15 quid.
I hope so.
July 21st of July, PS5, PS4, still getting games for that. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, every Mortal Kombat game from start to the end.
Love it. That's awesome.
Which is, you've got the little toasty guy popping in, all those good things from back in the day.
Toasty.
Here's the big one, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, which...
That's coming out finally. That's PC too, though, so that'd be cool.
Yeah. How dumb are bad guys, man? Like, you literally, you sneak in boxes. And then you've got, towards the end of this is the monkey mode, which I knew nothing about. Like, that's a thing apparently in Metal Gear games, but I don't know anything about it. You'll see it towards the end of this trailer as well. Let me just speed it up. I found this bit at the very end of the trailer, right? There you go. This is a thing. This is in the original games. Monkey mode. Like, you can grab him and stuff, and I don't know what happens, but, he's your pal. I don't know.
That's pretty...
Watch the end of this. Watch the end of this. It's funny. It's cheesy, but it's funny, right? The very end of this trailer, right? Here's Solid Snake. He's about to make a run for it past the screen. I think. There he is. He was hidden the whole time. Grabs that, and then watch. And then he turns into rocks. And then a guy goes past him. It's camouflage. I thought that was cool. I like that. So, yes, there you go. Listen, we've shown a lot of stuff today, guys, for audio listeners, and if you want to see our ugly mugs, that's fine, but as a one-off, you might want to tune into either our Spotify video version of this or the YouTube version. Grace is educating me recently that the Spotify will be video, but it switches between video and audio depending if you want to see video or you just want the audio. You swipe up or down for that. Yeah, you get the
options,
whereas YouTube, it's separate, which pisses me off. So you can choose to watch the YouTube pod that we do or the audio version of it. And put it out for everything, including the TikTok. So when is that out, that one? That is, I can't remember what it's out. I'm sure it's August or something. It's not far. What else we got? That's decent.
Since we're, time, but we can run over the whole Xbox showcase next time. Because there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we could do that.
There's a lot of stuff in that one. We haven't even touched on.
I think we might have to. There's been so much stuff, guys. So much stuff to try and get.
I didn't think we were getting every game in today anyway. So
we've got the Astrobot new update as well. That's more free content.
DLC, isn't it?
More free content.
Wait, how many DLCs have they done for that?
They're not full DLCs. It's like ad hoc missions and modes they're releasing rather than full blown DLCs. If that makes sense. This time it's 5 new challenge levels, new guest bots. They're bringing back the Astrobot dual sense control, which I'm tempted to get because that looks really good. That is out. I don't know when it's out. That's the thing, it doesn't say there. But anyway, scanning through. Here we go. James Bond. Yes, James Bond First Light 007 coming next year to PlayStation 5. Jumping the gun here.
So there's more than one company doing a James Bond game. This is
this looks stunning though. It's basically James Bond before he comes 007. He's part of the Navy. He's part of the Navy at this time, and they see a promising prospect, and they think, let's sign him up. This is before he's obviously the man that we all know.
Sony was 001.
No, before he's an agent, before he's actually 007. Like literally, I don't even know if he's officially part of the Secret Services at this stage. But it looks stunning, man. There's like driving, there's shooting, it's everything in this game. It looks gorgeous.
From the gameplay, it looked a little bit Hitman-ish. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
But wait a minute. Hitman was around way before Hitman, so. But yeah. I'd rather play that. In some ways, I expected. Well, it's hard to say. Hitman is it's good, but it gets boring because it's so slow sometimes. And I think that's part of the only part of the problem I can say with Hitman.
They need to bring Hitman back a bit. Bring back the story, the proper storylines, and make it more exciting, like they had them in the very previous ones.
You had Ghost of Yotai, which is not from my cup of tea, but it's following up from another Ghost game. No, not Souls. But no, there's not much in this trailer. That's the thing. They're going to do there you go. Proper deep dive coming next month for that, right? So
I mean, it doesn't even give any gameplay there, right? I mean, what genre is it?
The last one here. This is not my cup of tea, but this got a lot at the end.
The Marvel thing,
fighting souls.
Oh, is that cartoon nonsense with the?
But it looks. It looks cool. Don't you think?
Just bring me into Tekken. Just get over and done with.
Yeah,
that looks like King of Fighters type fighting game. I like that.
But they've got a lot of license to do their thing there. So yeah, listen, lots of stuff, guys. The last thing I think on my docket is the very, very end thing, and they hid it for the first few minutes of the trailer. So what is this they're showing? They announced Shock Horror, the new COD game. But it's Black Ops 7. They're not moving to something else. I don't know if Treyarch are involved because it's their baby. I can't see how they would be solely doing that from one year to another.
It's a bit different.
Yeah, it seems pretty quick. I mean,
it will arrive obviously later on this year, but wait for it. It's going to be on last-gen consoles still as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to run great in a PlayStation 4,
really
is it?
They're milking it now, aren't they?
They are, man.
They've been milking it for a long time.
They've seen me goes, this sucker's going to buy it.
I mean,
he's going to moan about it, but he's still going to bloody buy it.
The tease was just a shocking tease. Like, there's very little to it. But yeah, anyway, that's what we've got on my side of things. I'm conscious of the time as well. Matt, I guess we've probably got a couple of minutes, a few minutes to talk about your Asus stuff, or we can leave that for next week. It's up to you, man. It's up to you, Mr. Matthew.
Next week if you want, What time we go to 150?
We can get the quiz in.
We like the quiz.
Yeah. We do, but I mean, I'm looking at the time.
Well, it depends. If I don't win, we'll cut that out, and then we'll just go back to
this.
Matt, I've got news for you today, my friend. You're not going to win today. I'm confident. I think I know them.
Because you Googled the answers, probably.
No. I would never do that. All right, okay. But it just so happens I think I know them.
We took an oath to never Google these things, so yeah.
Yep. I wouldn't do that. Go for it. I wouldn't do that.
You're up.
All right, the world famous EGP gaming quiz.
The answer is A, C, D, and A.
And here we go.
All the above.
Right. All right, question number 1. Yes. What Konami franchise stars Ivy Valentine as an alchemist wielding a snake sword whip?
We've seen the trailer for this so many times.
I've no clue.
Konami franchise stars Ivy Valentine as an alchemist wielding snake sword whip.
Soul Calibur from me.
Yeah, Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur?
Yeah.
What do you say, Matt?
Soul Calibur.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like Soul Calibur. Everybody else does it.
I do. I played it a lot when I was young.
Yeah.
What do you think, Trev?
Still the same as a moment ago. No clue.
All right. Well, ding ding, Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
There you go. I actually played Soul Calibur, but I didn't play the old. I played. God, I can't remember what number I played. I liked it though. It's a pretty cool game.
Yeah. I never passed the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Number 2. This is a quote. Quote: "The cake is a lie." Unquote. The meme comes from which 2007 sci-fi puzzle game? The quote: "The cake is a lie" as a meme comes from which 2007 sci-fi puzzle game?
I know it.
I'm just going to guess and say The Matrix.
What do you say, Charles?
It is Portal.
Oh, I hate you.
I hate Portal.
Probably is.
What did you say, Matt?
I said Portal too.
Yeah, sure you did.
No, I was going for like Deus Ex kind of, or
Deus Ex. I remember that. Know. That's a classic.
Yeah. I can't think of any of the other ones.
Ding, 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 Portal.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got 2.
Yeah.
This is my week.
We're on the last
this is my week, guys.
Now, this is probably a little more, American than UK, but it's not something that you have never heard of. But number 3 was, what was the first video game character to have a balloon featured in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
This is my guy. Sonic.
Yeah, it's Sonic.
Sonic? What do you say?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Matt?
Sonic,
okay.
I was 13 years old, right? And I remember seeing about it because the balloon, it got like hit or something and it popped. And I was really, really into Sonic when I was 13 and I was a bit upset. Yeah. So it kind of stuck in my mind.
All right. And you, Trev, you probably don't know.
What's a Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Yeah,
it's like a department store in America.
It's a big. It's a parade that we do here every year for many, many years. But they have these big. They're not hot air balloons. They're really helium balloons, and they're
you sound like Mickey then.
Floating helium.
Some of them are as big as a building. I mean, these things are huge, and they just float above everything.
They've been on Batman.
They've done everything in these. But
does he get those wonderful toys?
The answer is Sonic.
That is a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
So you're right. So there you go. That's the quiz for this week.
I hate quizzes. I'm shit at them, as you can obviously tell by now. People,
Charles in the lead today.
Oh, yes. Jesus, man. Wow.
3 out of 3, my first time.
He's got the man.
Anyway, that's all right. That's fine. I don't mind being a loser. It's fine. I'll do it. So next week we've got Matt's got some stuff to cover. We've got the Xbox Showcase. We have got Belly Big Balls as well. We've got written down here as well. Don't know.
We have a special guest next week.
We do. We do. Want to tell us briefly about it?
His name is Martek. He is the developer of a company called Game.
Is that the guy from Deep Space Nine? Or that's That's Martok.
I'm assuming that's his game name or whatever. But anyway, he started a company called. He started a game called GameHo.io, and the reason why I wanted to grab him because he is doing something that we all have said should happen, and that is that when you start a server and you play on it for 3 days, and then the other 27 days you're not playing it, you get charged anyway. So he started a service where you only get charged for the time you play on the game server. So I was like, really? I said, how do you pull that off? And so I want to talk to him about that and to whether he's going to expand beyond the games that they have right now. So we'll talk about that next time.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, so much content, never enough time, but that's a good problem to have.
Oh, yeah.
That will be us for this week, people. Of course, please come and join our Discord, like we're saying, and come and ask us these questions. We'll stick them out in the podcast if anyone's got a question, or we actually... Here's something I never asked for left field. Stick your godlikes where the sun don't shine, Mr. Greg Game. He's shown off a bit of cardboard. Gobshite. You're a gobshite is what you are, mate. If you fancy doing a Spotify or an iTunes review, that's still a thing in Apple Podcasts. You want to give us a cheeky review for that as well. That would be appreciated. And it's we've got that registered as in the States under Gray's name, so it would be mostly you Americans that would be saying nice things about us, so I better start being nice to America.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, anyway, until the next week, we will catch you later. See you later, people.
Okay, guys. Ciao, Bazzies.
There it is.
Honestly, we're paying for extra for this shit. You really should be.
You should.